Welcome to Cooking with Mammy. We're going to make some pone bread. Pone bread is just, and I don't even know, guys, this is what I call it. I know a lot of people call things a lot different than what I call things. I know that. But I need lights on. Okay, but it's cornbread. But it's a stiffer make of cornbread than if you just pour it and cook it in the skillet, you know, as one cake. So anyhow, we've got 3 cups of, and I'm using Hoover's because I don't have any of my Alabama King, but it's fine ground. You want fine ground, and I like the white. You can use the yellow. That is by taste. And then I've got a 1/2 cup of flour, and then I'm going to put another about 1/2 of that cup. Of flour. And that is my Martha White flour. And this is self-rising, which is fine. My meal is not self-rising, so we've got to put all the stuff. We use Clabber Girl baking powder, and I'm going to put a heaping tablespoon, guys. A heaping tablespoon. I know that's a lot, but that's okay. And then I've got salt. I'm going to try to measure for you. I don't measure my salt. I like a lot of salt in my cornbread. So we're going to do, this is 1 teaspoon. Okay, I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. I know that's a lot of, I can't, wait a minute, Bub, I can't get it. Come on. 2 teaspoons of salt. Because I like a lot of salt in my cornbread. Okay, and then I've got 1 large egg. Try to make sure you don't get any shell in it. That is my pet peeve. I can't hardly stand it.
It's really hard with homegrown eggs.
It is hard with homegrown eggs. It is. Now, I'm going to guesstimate this is about a 1/2 cup of milk, which won't be enough. But that may be a whole cup. That was a lot. We're going to use that right there. I'm going to say it was a 3/4 to a whole cup, but I'll just show you the consistency you're going for. So we've got in here our salt, our baking powder, our flour. Our flour is, I don't know why, I've just always put flour in my cornmeal. It kind of helps hold the cornbread together, I think. And then 1 large egg. And I'm going to guesstimate about another, I'm going to put like a 1/2, I just rubbed my nose, I'm sorry guys. About a 1/2 cup of milk in there, let's see. Let's see. But I'll show you the consistency I'm looking for my pone bread. And I do have my skillet here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Right there. And it's hot. I've already got it. And there's grease in it. And it's hot. Oh, but that wasn't enough. So we're probably going to wind up with, I'm going to say we probably got at least 1 3/4 cups of milk in 3 things of meal. The spoon is not the best spoon in the world. It's very bendable. Very bendable. Like that. Try to mix it up best you can. Maybe you don't have such a bendable spoon. You see I'm having to hold it so down so low because it's very bendable. I'm sure it's one we got from Dollar Tree. Trying to make sure I got it mixed up, guys, because this spoon is not very...
You want a spoon? Right, another spoon?
No, it's fine now. About got it mixed up. I don't want to mess up another spoon. Okay. All right. This is about the consistency, though. You see, it's more like a clump. You want it where it'll kind of clump. You don't want it runny like we make it for the... I always make it runny when I'm making it like in a whole cake, like for my dressing or whatever. Okay, now we've got it there, and you can see it. Then I've got a tiny bit of oil in this pan, this little bowl, and all it's for is to oil up my hands, because you want your hands oily to make pone bread. Because for one, you don't want it to stick to you, but for another, you're wanting to get oil on all sides of the pone bread. Like when I do it like this, and you can do bigger pones. I'm going to do smaller ones, but see how I've got it oily on all sides. Then I'm going to put it right in my hot skillet. I'm going to make sure I got plenty of oil every time I go to pick some up. And they don't have to all be the same size. See? And that's why I call it pone bread, guys. I don't know. Like I said, this is one of my mama's recipes, so I don't question stuff I learned from her, whether it's done that way all over the United States, because my mama was a country girl, so I'm sure she don't have a clue if it's made that way anywhere else, or if anybody else even calls it by this name. It's just what we call it. But you do want to have oil on your hands, so that when I form my little shape, and you can form it in any shape you want it to be, oily on the outside. Because the pone bread, the whole point of pone bread is for it to get crispy on the outside and stay nice and light and fluffy on the inside. And that's why you have the oil in it. I've got my oven heating to 450. You can cook it on 500. Won't hurt a thing. Oh, I hope I have enough room in my skillet. Getting very full. That'll be one good sized pone in there. Okay, I can squeeze another one in. Just one more in there, guys. And I let it cook. I just let it cook till it's done, and you can smell it. But I'm guessing probably like 20 minutes, 20, 25 minutes. We'll start checking it, and I'll let you know. My grease is not very much, so I'm just putting that on there so I can get my pone all covered in grease, because it's getting dried out. And that is a full. Let me wash my hands real quick, and I'll show you. There we go. So I'm going to put this in the oven. I've got my oven already heating, 450. I'll leave it for about 20 minutes, but I'll keep a check on it. And when it starts getting, you can tell when that down there in your oil. And if you see how much oil I've got in there, and it's hot oil. When it starts getting brown, I go in and flip each one of my pones over so that it gets crispy on all sides. You don't have to do that. That's just something that I do. But I'll come back live when I go to flip it, and then y'all can see it, okay? All right. Love you.